flavors were colors, this one would be gold.
This weather is perfect for doing nothing at all.
I'm really not that good with riddles. I always try to avoid the riddle stand during Ludi Harpastum. What about you?
Time to retire for the night. Oh, can't sleep, you say? Well, I'm afraid you'll have to figure something out for yourself. I have a certain suspicion my solution won't be to your liking.
You've been working hard day after day. Even though I'm the doctor, I've still had to trouble you with my health. How shameful. But don't worry. From this day on, I will take care of you.
Thank you for being with me all this time. I can feel that I'm getting closer to my dream. Hope we can keep this up in the future.
I chose you as my crewmate, as my comrade on the sea. It gives me great pride to be able to say that.
It's not as bad as you've heard. Everyone falls into a trapper's pit, or gets hit on the head by a falling tree now and then, right?
Strange. I'm not sure what you mean. Both amber and blue are fairly common eye colors, I believe.
To be honest, I'd prefer to have an animo-vision. Being able to fly around freely would make getting to interviews so much easier. A cryovision's not too bad, though. At least I don't need to worry about my camera overheating.
There's an unwritten rule in the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Anytime a member dies in the line of duty, we hold on to their cap. Should a child of a deceased member ever join the Special Patrol, we then pass the cap down to them. I suppose you could call it a way of passing on a member's legacy.
Take it from me. This one looks good on you. You've never seen a style like this before? Oh, that's because you've never met a designer with taste before.
I do admire Xingqiu for his devotion to chivalry and his martial arts proficiency. However, I must warn you that he definitely has a mean side too. If you find that you fall foul of any of his antics, come to me and we'll form a Victims of Xingqiu alliance. There is strength in numbers.
You want to know what it is that I'm studying every day? Yes, my master is a brilliant intellectual, but no, he's not teaching me anything heavily academic at the moment. It's, basic literacy into that.
Today is an important day. I had to send the gang away, otherwise they'd be accusing me of favoritism. Here, take a look at this. I got you. The greatest birthday gift combo ever. 1 top-grade Onikabuto. I'll have you know it took me 3 whole days and nights to catch this bad boy. 1 out-of-print collectible trading card that took me 300 rounds to get my hands on. And finally, a birthday song performance performed personally by yours truly. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear traveler. Happy birthday to you.
A joke. I've got just the one. There once was a traveler, stranded in the desert and dying of thirst, who in desperation prayed for a hydro slime to come their way. But the traveler didn't realize that at that very moment, a starving hydro slime was praying to meet a lone, stranded traveler. What? Not funny? Psh, I think it's hysterical.
I love my makeup box. Sometimes I take it out and reorganize it when I have the time. I keep all my powders and brushes in here, paid top Mora for all of it. Just look at this texture. Isn't it just perfectly smooth? And even if you sweat or get caught in the rain, it doesn't run. You get what you pay for.
Diluc of Mondstadt. Not interested in idle chit-chat. If you have things you want to get done, let me know.
Don't make me angry. I'm pretty tolerant, but don't even try to mess with me. I'm warning you. I bite when I get angry. But maybe I'd let you off easy. No bites.
Quick, under the umbrella, or you'll get soaked. You can't risk catching a cold, because it might turn into something more serious. And if that happens, well, I can't go avenging my clan by picking on the sick now, can I?
What did you say? I'm old now, so every other phrase escapes my ears. Try calling me Madam, Faruzan.
and I'll see if I can pick that up. If one must reckon time as this world does, I, Fischl, have already seen 3,000 winters. Not that the illusory passage of time has any bearing on one such as I, to whom the causality of 3,000 universes has been unveiled.
Be that as it may, mein Fräulein, you are not yet considered to be of drinking age in this world, and no bartender can ever be convinced otherwise.
I can't handle coffee. More than half a cup, and before long, my heart starts racing, and I can't calm my breathing down. Everyone says that coffee can boost your energy levels, but to me, it's torture.
My story has already come to an end, and so the next act shall be about our story. In which case, we should probably start charging double for public appearances. I am so happy!
Why can't I catch any in my mouth?
I've named every single doggy living in Liyue. But they're so funny. Some of them still respond even when you call them the completely wrong name. How fascinating is that? Like if people were to call me Bantu, how am I supposed to know they're talking to me? No way would I respond.
I'll pretty much eat anything, but onions are an exception. One time, the logistics division added ground onion to my food, and I, bawled in front of everyone, right there at the mess table. Talk about embarrassing. The soldiers from logistics felt terrible about it, too.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl, frilly churl, willy churl, frilly willy, hilly churl.
On behalf of the Knights of Favonius, I would like to extend my gratitude to you for all you have done for Mondstadt. Please remember to rest from time to time. Did I miss something? What are you laughing at? Did I say something odd?
Don't worry. Even if the day comes for us to go our separate ways, I am certain that we will meet again, in some corner of the world. The fate that brings people together is not a cord so easily cut.
Albedo, eh? Calm, collected, and incredibly talented. He's the type everybody likes. Some even more so than others. What, you into him as well?
Oh, good morning, traveler. Whenever I see you in the morning, somehow it makes me feel like today is going to be a good day.
Ayaka was always scared of thunder as a child. Until one day, Mother told her that the sound of thunder is the voice of the almighty Shogun. After that, she would start focusing intensely every time she heard the sound of thunder, as if, by concentrating hard enough, she'd be able to hear exactly what Her Excellency was saying.
Huh?
If you feel strongly about something, you should speak up and take action. That's the philosophy I live by.
I almost forgot how to speak like a human. He's one of the weird grown-ups. He's so grumpy all the time. Why does he never smile? After becoming the divine priestess, I gradually grew accustomed to this life. At the very least, I have the power to change something when it doesn't sit well with me. Well, more importantly, this title allowed me to meet you, did it not?
I would like to catch a snowflake, but once you have them in the palm of your hand, they melt away all the more quickly.
If the Arataki gang stirs up any trouble, I'll drag every last one of them back to apologize.
I agree. I don't like having to pull an all-nighter to catch up on schoolwork either, but they just keep piling on the assignments, don't they? That's how things go here. So obviously I have to help her out. Wanna keep me company?
Oh my. This is really...
Animals can also express their feelings. If you listen carefully, you can tell what state they are in. For a kitty, meow means they are much happier than meow. And in that situation, you can pet them as much as you want, and they won't run away.
Come on, just 5 more minutes. Huh? Oh, it's you. I thought it was the radiance of the sunlight on my skin that I felt. Turns out it was your radiance all along.
To be honest,
I'm not too good at dealing with people I'm not familiar with. Maybe it's because I'm not really good at holding a conversation. Can you give me some pointers in that area?
Venti, the bard that sits around doing nothing all day? What's so interesting about him? Sure, I guess I can take a look. Huh, that's weird. The scry glass, I can't see a thing. This wind, I can't open my eyes. No, my hat, my clothes, stop. The wind's going to strip all my clothes off. Make it stop, make it stop. All right, I'll never do this again.
Does watching you count as a hobby? Because everything you do fascinates me. You're traveling the whole world. Where did you come from? And where will you go next? Who will you meet? And what challenges will you have to overcome? I want to know the answers to all these questions and more. So, please don't mind me. I just want to keep on watching you all the time.
Some people call me boss, others demoiselle, but none of that does anything for me. My favorite thing to be called is partner, but only by you, of course. So just know that my vainer side would be over the moon if you could indulge me a little more often.
Good night. I am quite fond of the image of a perfectly still body of water, and it is on this note that I would like to wish you a peaceful, undisturbed sleep. May no waves of emotional distress ripple through your dreams tonight.
I really like being with you. I don't know why, but it feels like a butterfly is trying to burst out of my chest. Anyway, how about I show a new dance to you?
You've been with me for some time now. Have you learned to observe? Then observe me. Observe me right down to my very core.
I actually really like the smell of wine. I'm just not of drinking age yet. There've been a few times when I could have had a little taste if I'd wanted, and no one would ever have known. But I resisted the temptation. I feel like the first time you try it is probably really magical. So I want to save it till I'm older. Since we first met, I have had a warm feeling inside. Not the kind of warmth that makes me feel rotten. The other kind of warm. The one that happens inside my heart. Thank you. I am happy. Sadly, I only recognize the current you. If I forget you... No, I will order myself to remember you.
I'm fearful because of what I witnessed 500 years ago. Her demise and that thing. But if it were you, everyone would be safe. You would have saved the world. Just like I cherish the memories of everything in Inazuma. If you remember me, I'll live forever.
I like meat. And I like potatoes.
Pray, not for the gods nor the betterment of others, but for yourself.
Can't be picky about food when you've still got growing to do. That said, I haven't gained any height recently. Maybe I'm not eating enough vegetables, but salad isn't filling enough, and sometimes it can be really bitter. Ugh.
The fear of losing the people most important to me, and the desire to save them. This kind of feeling makes my heart ache. I've never experienced anything like it before. It's a burden, yes, but it's also... something to hold on to.
Coincidence is a nice word. It makes things sound like they were meant to be. Unfortunately, as a detective, I don't believe in coincidences. The two of us meeting each other is really the culmination of every choice and move we've made up to this point. So what I'm saying is, our destiny is something we choose.
To be honest, I was a little afraid when we first met, because you don't talk much. I thought I must have offended you somehow. But then, as time went on, I discovered you're really easy to get along with. Just an unexpected outcome of my observations.
Oh, how time flies.
One day you will see how I conquer the world and crush the thrones of gods beneath my heel. In the meantime, no dying, comrade. Keep yourself alive.
For me, housework is about keeping a space clean and tidy, so that everyone who lives there has a smile on their face. And now, it looks like I'm responsible for another smile. I'll do my best to deliver.
Are we officially friends? What, so this sort of thing needs official documentation now? Okay then. Well, hand over your friendship certificate. I assume it'll need my signature.
I like to drink, and I like the wind. Oh, if only there was such a thing as wind-brewed cider.
When I entered Irminsul, there was only one thought in my mind. I wish I'd never been born at all. Irminsul responded to my wish, but didn't bring me the outcome I desired. The fate of this world hasn't changed a single bit when it comes to playing cruel tricks on its prisoners.
People have this tendency to see me as an all-knowing figure with mystical powers. In reality, I'm just one man with 2 eyes and 2 ears. How can I possibly know everything that's happening in the fortress of Meripede?
Wow! I know this taste! It's boom shakalaka!
One is still wide awake. But you look dead on your feet. Go on, off to bed with you.
Once the snow is thick enough, we can eat it.
Evidently, my hobby is reading. I'll read anything and everything. What's that mischievous grin for? Oh, that's between the 2 of us, okay? It's not appropriate to discuss it out loud. There's no point in bringing it up anyway.
I made this guitar myself, you know. Based it off a rock and roll instrument from Fontaine at first, but it stopped looking like the original real fast. I wanted to give it a rad name like the Fire Lyre, or the Jade Breaker, or the Hill Stiller. Still feels like we're missing something. Any ideas?
I always see these non-sentient kitsune pouncing headfirst into the snow, scavenging for food. You'd like to see me do that? Haha, I'm sure you would.
Do not seek to emulate the past, for there is no law that can suffice for all time. This is a lesson I must always bear in mind.
Time for your bedtime story. Now, where did we get to last? Time. Yes. Ever since ancient times, the mighty and illuminated Adepti have protected Liyue against evil. Among them, there was...
Don't be too ready to believe people when they cross their heart and hope to die. Sweet talkers only say what you want to hear. And think twice before meeting someone else's gaze. Your eyes speak volumes about what you're thinking. When it comes down to it, we're friends. And if somebody ever conned you, I'd feel like I'd been cheated too.
Never fear, Yae Miko is here! Evil be gone, justice prevails. Think this is a good way to introduce the powers you've taught me to the children? Isn't it cool? Hey, tell me if anyone picks on you too. I'll stick up for you.
My vision? I suppose the Lord of Geo must be a fan of the opera. Perhaps the old man was so delighted with my performance that he decided to grant me a vision.
For those that live too long, the friends of days gone by and scenes from their adventures live on in their memories. As such, I have no regrets in meeting you, friend. Should the day ever come that we are not together, you will continue to shine like gold in my memories.
Hobbies? Sure, I've got tons of hobbies. First, there's earning Mora, and then there's counting Mora. Oh, and then I like to look at Mora. Mora, nothing in the world makes me happier.